laying around?
Just looking for a little inspiration, I guess.
Well, lucky for you, there's a new wellness segment on Education Today.
Education
Today starts now.
Welcome to Education Today. I'm Ashton Farah from Fort City High School. Tonight you're going to see highlights from a truly amazing event, the kickoff of Healthy Armstrong and the We Can effort. What's that? It's a huge initiative designed to raise awareness about the importance of health and wellness. It all took place Thursday, September 27th at West Hills Intermediate School. You will see Melissa McGowan speaking on behalf of the National Institutes for Health. She presented the county commissioners with the first We Can county sign. Get up and stretch it out as West Hills teacher Brad Bowers gives his fitness intro. You will see a midget cheerleader cheer, various officials speaking, and Jennifer Ray and her family will speak about how they've changed their lives with regards to wellness. Let's take a look.
Feet together, arms out front, 10 deep knee bends and begin. Alright, let's do 15 West Hills jumping jacks. Begin. Keep jogging back there. Get those knees up. Faculty members, you also can start jogging. All right, now 30 seconds running in place. Get those knees up high and go. Next week is our kickoff. We're going to have 4th grade coming on Monday, 5th grade's coming on Tuesday, and 6th grade is coming on Wednesday. And that is going to be our kickoff. We're going to get everybody signed up, and October 10th will be our first after-school kickoff night. So we're excited. We hope we get a lot of people signed up. The kids are excited, the faculty's excited, and I think we're ready to go. Okay, let's get this party started. Patty Shiring, first speaker. Everybody give Patty a nice hand.
like to welcome the teachers and administrators of West Hills Intermediate, the Armstrong School District Administration, our legislative representatives, the Healthy Armstrong Steering Committee, speakers, invited guests, and the media. But I especially want to welcome the students of West Hills, because you guys are the reason we're here, so give yourselves a hand, okay? This group is here to help you learn healthy eating and active lifestyles. We're also honored to have as our special guest the National Institutes of Health representative, Melissa McGowan. Without further ado, let me introduce Dr. Harold Altman, ACMH Hospital Vice President of Medical Affairs.
I asked Mr. Bowers if the first two rows that came in and had to run for 15 minutes rather than 15 seconds like the last row were being punished, or whether it was because you guys are in better shape. He assured me it's because you're in better shape. Good morning. This will be a challenge today because we obviously have two audiences to speak to. So there are times when the kids' eyes are going to roll, and probably a time when the adults' eyes will roll as well. We will apologize to you in advance. My role today is to give you a little bit of an overview and a history of how we've all come together today, and also to serve as the moderator so that I can introduce some of the key people who've been involved in our attempts to promote wellness in the county. The story really is about a community who has identified a problem and has been able to put the key stakeholders together and have those stakeholders take a look at a common vision and goal, ignoring our personal agenda and our differences. And I think we don't have any special expertise. We don't claim to have any special expertise, but what we do have is a passion. And it's a passion to promote wellness not only for our children, but also for all the residents of the county. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the story about how we all came together. When I'm finished, then we'll give each member of our team a chance to talk a little bit about their institution's involvement. 3 years ago, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania helped to define a problem that we didn't fully understand. The Commonwealth mandated that school districts start to measure body mass indices, or BMIs, to record them and to communicate the results of BMIs to the parents, the children in the school district. The school nurses, understandably, were concerned about how we could do that in a sensitive manner. And so I was asked to come and brainstorm a little bit with them about what we might be able to do. In the collection of that data, we were astounded to find out what I'm going to tell you now. And that is that 3 years ago, when our kindergarten kids were coming in to begin school, their BMIs were actually below the national average. By the time they reached the 5th and 6th grade, we were well above the national average, and a full 40% of our 5th and 6th graders were either at risk or actually overweight. We were staggered to discover that, and at the same time, as we thought about it, realized that for a change, Armstrong County maybe had an advantage over our neighbors, and particularly Pittsburgh. And that advantage was that we have 3 key local stakeholders that touch the lives of almost every child in the center part of our county. The school district, with its 7 elementary schools and multiple middle and high schools, service about 75% of the population of the county. We have a single hospital, the Armstrong Center for Medicine and Health Hospital. And we have one large pediatric group who services about 75% of the kids as well. So we reasoned that with that small group of stakeholders, that we would at least attempt to try to put together a group and try to think a little bit about prevention. Coincident with all of that, we first started to hear on a national forum how dangerous our weight problem was becoming in this country. The issues of diabetes and high blood pressure and heart disease and certain kinds of cancer are escalating so rapidly that we are in the risk of having Medicare go bankrupt within a generation if we don't do something. Also staggering is the fact that unless we do something for these kids, that their life expectancy for the first time in recent history will be less than their parents' generation. So the problem was defined, and it obviously was immediate. So we went to work in trying to put together a coalition. Coalition we named HEAL, H-E-A-L, standing for Healthy Eating and Active Lifestyles. It consisted of those three major stakeholders that I mentioned to you, and we quickly found, as most things in life, you can have great ideas, but if you don't have funding, they don't go anywhere. So we started to try to find some organizations that would help us with money. We contacted just about everyone that we knew, and our friends from the UPMC Health Plan stepped up to the plate in full stride, and a year ago gave us $50,000 to jumpstart our efforts. In addition, the foundation associated with the hospital has been a contributor. The American Academy of Pediatrics, as you'll learn from Dr. Bott, has been a contributor, and the Armstrong County Community Foundation has also been a partner in all of this. We began to meet on a monthly basis, those three stakeholders, and our group eventually broadened, and we brought in other recreational interests, other business interests, parents, and we have basically a monthly breakfast club at the school district where we sit and talk about plans on how we can attack this problem. The school district has already begun by changing the choices of cafeteria food and snack foods to healthier ones. We had realized that we needed some sort of a curriculum to try to help us teach not only kids but also families. And the National Institute of Health has a beautiful program that is very inexpensive called We Can, which I'm sure we'll hear about later. We've been able to adopt that, and the school district has been very generous in incorporating that into their health curriculum. Dr. Bott, our representative pediatrician, has been instrumental in creating a model at Elderton, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about that model. That was the project that was sponsored by the American Academy of Pediatrics. We've learned tremendous lessons from that we think we can apply to the district as a whole. And as Mr. Bowers alluded, in addition to the school activities, we are about to embark on an after-school program.
Good morning. It's nice to see all the little happy faces. I was asked to speak to the role of the hospital has played in Healthy Armstrong in 3 minutes or less. And as I thought about and noted the role the hospital has played, and that we provide economic support, exercise, activity opportunities, personnel resources, education, leadership, I realized something, that our role and responsibility is no different than the very people that are in this room. Local, state, and federal government, our healthcare providers, our insurers, the schools, and the media all share in the obligation. Let's face it, these children did not create the environment that they now find themselves. Bombarded with fast food and unhealthy product advertising, or confronted with food choices where one sandwich can exceed their entire caloric intake for the day. Or worse, the lack of opportunity for fun physical activities or exercise. In fact, I would ask them, a show of hands, do you mind exercise when it's fun? How many kids think, as long as it's fun, you'll exercise and have, right? Unanimous support for exercise. I would challenge that it is absolutely our individual collective role and responsibility to provide the resources to educate, to provide the opportunity to address what we are seeing as a serious threat to future health. We must think outside the traditional gym. We must assist schools, we must inspire community and families to take control of health, to work together to address our at-risk children. We must all take a leadership role. I really do want to close by borrowing from an old adage. They say it takes a village to raise a child. I would say that we believe it's going to take a community, no less a county, to raise a healthy family today. Thank you.
An organization that tries to take the money that they have and figure out how do you help people who are either sick or need help from a doctor or a hospital get that service they need and have the money in order to do that. But the other thing that we really would like to do as a health plan is we'd like to figure out how to keep you from getting sick and to keep you as healthy as possible. And so one of the things that we've been really, really excited to be able to do is to be part of your team out here to help you guys become the healthiest you can possibly be. You know, and when I was thinking earlier about what it is that I wanted to say to you today, I was thinking about when I was about your age. And when I was about your age, it was a really long time ago. And the President of the United States when I was about your age was John Kennedy. Did any of you ever hear of President Kennedy? I'm sure all of you have studied in your history about President Kennedy. But you know, one of the things that was happening then is that our country had issues. We had problems. And one of the things that we had to figure out to do was, should we be able to go up to space and develop our science programs and figure out, you know, how do you actually know what's going on? What's the next generation? What do we need to do to put a man on the moon, a person on the moon? And we actually put women in outer space not too long after that, so those of you girls who want to become astronauts, there's an opportunity. But one of the things that happened back then was it really took money, it took courage, it took everybody coming together to say, you know what, we have some real issues, we want to face them, we want to go forward. And so when we were thinking a year or so ago, when the people in Armstrong County said, you know, we really have a problem, what can we do? You know, it occurred to me, our country right now has a bigger problem than it had back then. Because right now, it's not always what's outside of your country that's a problem, it's actually what's going on with the people in your country. And so, what's important right now, the biggest challenge all of you face right now is how you're going to grow up and be healthy and be able to do the kinds of things that you want to do when you grow up, whatever that is. And so if we as a health plan can be a little bit of a contributor, and we were very interested in spending our money on something that mattered. And so right now, part of what we think is critically important is how to get you guys healthier. And the fact that this is the very first place in the whole United States that has come together with all the people that can be a team to build this to happen. The eyes of the nation are going to be on you guys. This is not a small thing. People are wondering, can kids really do it? Can families really do it? Can they really look at these problems and say, hey, you know what, I want to be healthy? And I think what I saw today was incredible. And I want to give these guys another round of applause. And it isn't something that you have to conquer all at once. You have parents who will help you, teachers who will help you, schools who will help you. But the biggest thing you're going to have to do is decide what you want to do. And I think from what I saw today, there isn't a kid in this crowd that doesn't want to do this.
I'm used to talking to this crowd, not to this crowd. This is who I speak to every day, but I'll talk to you as well. So thanks, Doc. Thanks for the introduction. When I first started practicing here in Armstrong County about 7 years ago, I have to say that I was overwhelmed with the health problem the children were facing in this county. The amount of time that I have in my office for each child is not enough to address the health risks of and the therapy for childhood obesity. I know that my partners, the rest of my partners in my practice, feel the same way. This collaboration has made it easier for us to address this issue, and we know that it is making a difference. As Dr. Altman mentioned, a pilot program was initiated at Alderton Elementary with the financial assistance of the American Academy of Pediatrics through their CATCH program, Community Access to Child Health. Just like the rest of the schools in the district, West Hills and those that Dr. Virginia mentioned, Alderton has in-school physical activities and extra nutritional education. Children walk around the hallways during the winter. The monthly fitness calendar challenges the children to keep up with physical activity at home. Newsletters are sent home to the parents, updating them on wellness initiatives and giving them healthy nutritional tips. The children at Alderton, or the teachers at Alderton, started an after-school program called the Little Bobcat Fitness Club. Children meet once a week and get extra physical activity and nutritional education. I'll let parents of some of the kids who attend the Little Bobcat Fitness Club, Jennifer Ray, she'll speak to you about that. This energy has spread even to the high school, and the high school has an after-school program where a drill sergeant puts students through physical fitness drills. Now, what does this mean to the health of the children in the community? I now have children in my practice asking for healthy snacks instead of junk food. The cross-country team at Alderton High School has doubled in the number of runners. One of my patients has continued with karate after the school year ended. Finally, it has been easier for me to speak to parents about their child's weight because of the Healthy Armstrong initiative. Let me end with a story that I've told at other presentations. I have a patient in my practice that I will call John, which of course is not his real name. John is a 15-year-old who was on his way to developing diabetes. In October of last year, his weight was 230 pounds and his body mass index was 32, which is classified as obese. His blood sugar was 107 and his insulin was 22, which is less than 14 is normal. His father had died of diabetic kidney problems. John did not exercise and he did not eat healthy. He was following his father's footsteps. Because of the publicity that Healthy Armstrong has received, when I spoke to John and his mother, they embraced my advice with a passion. Now John eats healthy and he jogs. As of June of this year, John's weight is 158 pounds and his BMI is a normal 23. His blood sugar was 87 and his insulin was a healthy 4.
One of the goals of the weekend program is to foster collaborations across community groups, just like a Healthy Armstrong. Healthy Armstrong really is, to the weekend program, a shining example of the collaboration between community groups who can come together and really improve the lives of children and families. When weekend was developed, we could not have envisioned a better collaboration. We couldn't have envisioned a better group of folks to come together and provide tools and implement the programs that will make the next generation a healthier generation. So given the tremendous efforts of Healthy Armstrong and Armstrong County in implementing weekend, and because of its continued commitment to these programs, it is my pleasure to be here today to announce that Armstrong County, Pennsylvania is the first in the nation to become a weekend county. Work with communities across the country to mobilize resources to make sure that we're helping children and youth make healthier choices every day. So I believe that Patty Kirkpatrick, the chairwoman of the Armstrong County Commissioners, is here, and I'd like to ask her to come forward now while we unveil a sign. This is a sign dedicating Armstrong County as the first weekend county in the country. Congratulations.
We CAN stands for Ways to Enhance Children's Activity and Nutrition. That's our show for today, but I'd like to thank the students from Fort City High School, led by Mrs. Keller. They were our film crew today. Please join us again next week for another look at Armstrong School District. Visit our website for updated information about the district and have a great week.